Imagine walking into two stores. The first store offers you smartphone for $300. The second store offers you the smartphone for $1,300. Logically, people should buy the phone from the cheaper company. Yet millions of the people, they wait for years to buy the expensive phone. In some cases, even your phone is working perfectly fine, you still replace it with a new phone just because a new version came. This is story of Apple, and today's video is about the psychological mindset game that Apple has played to create such a 3 trillion USD company. How this happened, and how this strategy works for entrepreneurs, and how as a common man you can understand this strategy to be a valuable person, to make a valuable company. So the story started back in 1997 when Apple was collapsing. As Steve Jobs left the company and the other management introduced a lot of products, they started fighting based on features and price, for which Steve Jobs always opposed. In 1997, Steve Jobs rejoins the company and gave birth to something that probably in human business history or marketing history will ever be remembered. What Steve Jobs did, he told to the team that we need to reduce our products. We need to cut the 30%, we need to keep the 30% and cut the 70% product. And he told something, that line must be wrote, must be remembered by every entrepreneur, every businessman, every teacher, every student, every human, that a company doing everything and selling things to everyone can never be rich, can never stand for something. So what he did, he asked for cutting the products, he asked for a better strategy, and he asked for making the products that had minimum buttons, that had minimum features. What happened, that in a marketing campaign he spent millions and that started working. At that time marketers used to think that selling is all about the product, selling is all about the price, and they thought the Steve Jobs is crazy, it will not work. But it worked. And over the years, Steve Jobs introduced something more. It was more than products, it was more than just simplicity, it was basically a confidence, it was basically an ecosystem. What the company did, that its every product started increasing value of the other product. We in business called it flywheel. A phone, when you ever you purchased, you also purchase iPads with it. Whenever you purchase an iPad, you also purchase Apple Watch with it. Whenever you purchase Apple Watch, you also purchase a MacBook with it, then Apple Music. In this way, what happens, a series of products you buy, and you sort of become part of ecosystem of the Apple. So once you have all the Apple products, it's extremely difficult for you to replace every product. There is something in economics we call the switching cost. The switching cost is too high. So this is the reason right now the 3 trillion USD economy is not a product. It's sort of ecosystem. It's a lifestyle that Apple has sold. The lessons for the entrepreneurs are, first of all, you should cut all the things. Whenever you visit any Apple store, you do not find so many products everywhere. You just see a calm place, salesmen are not pushing anything, just one product on the counter. The reason is they are selling the confidence. Just like Rolex does not only tell the time, just like BMW. So just like Nike says we are all about athlete. They never say that we have quality shoes. So this is the thing that Apple did, that entrepreneurs can learn, that if we want to establish a company, we must not compete on price. Apple always sort of denied to compete on price, because if you reduce your price, you're telling your customer that your product is less valued. So you have to focus more on the value so that customers buy from you. And in addition, you need to make systems just like Amazon. You need to create a flywheel so that every person connected to you is dependent on your network and happily dependent. You must give a great customer experience. You must not get advantage of someone because he's using your ecosystem. You must give him the best customer experience, the confidence, the status, the respect that he deserves. If you never reduce your price of the product, the customers using it will always feel satisfied. The moment you reduce the price, they will get disappointed. So a lot of brands damage themselves with this strategy, and Apple still stands there with the same price, with the same strategy, making a brand.